Welcome back to the Burning Empowerment of Your Soul blog series, where we cut through the noise and hit with the raw truth. Today, we're tackling the question that's been gnawing at your soul. Is hard work even worth it? But we're going to dig deeper, asking a more important question. What is our ultimate purpose in all this work? And before we dive in, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and join our family of empowered souls. You've done everything you were told to do. You put in the grueling 12-hour days, sacrificed weekends, and outworked everyone around you. So why are you still stuck, broke, and burnt out? For years, I was trapped in the same cycle, clinging to the lie that sheer hard work was the key to success. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose that lie and reveal that the one crucial shift that separates the genuinely successful from the perpetually busy. This is your wake-up call. Now let's get real. The modern work landscape is an epidemic of burnout. When some surveys showing that up to 82% of workers report feeling at risk of it. We were all spoon-fed the narrative. Just put your head down, grind harder than anyone else, and work harder than anyone else, and the rewards will magically appear. But this is more than a flawed financial strategy. It's a spiritual trap. It's designed to make you fixate on the temporary and forget about the eternal. See, the math just doesn't add up. Think about it. For decades, productivity has skyrocketed while wages for the typical worker have remained largely stagnant. It's like being in a bakery where you help bake what's in a bigger and bigger pie every single year, but your slice never gets any bigger. If hard work automatically translated into wealth, every nurse, every roofer, and night shift janitor would be a millionaire. But they're not. And here's why. Effort without leverage doesn't create wealth. It just creates more effort. You're running on a hamster wheel, mistaking motion for progress. And it's pulling your focus away from what truly matters. And it's time to step off the hamster wheel. See, companies love the fairy tale that hustle is holy. They'll hand you a meager raise while their own profits soar through the roof. But here's the truth that will set you free. If your only competitive advantage is your willingness to work longer hours, you've already lost the game. Trying to build wealth on hard work alone is like trying to dig a trench with your bare hands. You can sweat for 12 hours and just have a muddy ditch to show for it. But give that same person an excavator and they can move a mountain in an afternoon. That excavator is leverage. You are not paid for your effort, but you are paid for your outcomes, for the results that other people can't or won't produce. You are paid for your unique value, the key that starts the ignition. And that unique value was placed in you by the Creator Himself for a purpose. When you accept this, you stop seeing your work as just transactional. It becomes an act of worship, a way to steward your gifts you've been given. You'll stop volunteering for those soul-crushing 60-hour weeks that do nothing but pad someone else's bottom line. And you'll start reclaiming your time, your energy, and your God-given worth. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. Society has taught us that being busy equals being important. But here's the cruel trap. This is a form of modern idolatry, seeking validation from man instead of from God. It's like entering a race where the faster you run, the further the finish line moves away. There will always be someone sleeping less, someone relying replying to emails at 2 a.m., trying to prove they're more dedicated than you. The prize for winning this exhaustion contest is burnout, broken relationships, and a health crisis by 50. This isn't a game that you want to win. This is a game you must opt out of. Your identity is not defined by the calendar or your inbox, but by your position as a child of God. The Italian economist Bill Friedel Pareto noticed that 20% of pea pods in his garden produced 80% of the peas. This Pareto principle is everywhere. 20% of customers generate 80% of profits, and 20% of your habits drive 80% of your health. Think of your time like a suitcase. The 80-20 rule shows you that a few big items, your 20% task, are what truly matters. The rest is just small fillers, that 80%. If you mindlessly throw in all the small things first, you'll find there's no room for what's important. This isn't just about inefficiency, but it's about poor stewardship of the limited time that we have on earth. See, if you refuse to rank your activities, to pack the important things in first, life will do it for you by making the useless tasks compulsory and the high leverage ones optional. Be courageous enough to prune the uselessness. Here is how: hard work is the entry fee, not the jackpot. But even strategy is not the final answer. See, the ultimate truth is found in Matthew chapter 6 and 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. This must be the foundation of your entire life strategy. Your ambition, your goals, and your work must be aligned with God being at first. Think of yourself as a captain of a ship. Your strategy, your plan, your skills is how you adjust the sails. But God is the North Star, setting your ultimate destination. A brilliant captain with no star to guide him is just a lost ship at sea. Your work must be paired with strategy, faith in your vision, and relentless resilience. It's about grinding smarter with a purpose rooted in something bigger than yourself and with an understanding of your season. See, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 1 reminds us, for everything there's a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Let me tell you about Charles Clark. He was a world-class athlete, ranked 6th fastest in the world, destined for greatness. Then injury struck, a 99% tear in his quad muscle that ended his career. Most would have crumbled, but Charles transformed. He didn't just work hard, but he worked differently. He shifted his focus from physical prowess to his faith and mental fortitude, building a platform to inspire hundreds of thousands to overcome adversity. That's what happens when you combine effort with strategic, God-led pivot. You don't have time to waste. Move with purpose and win your race. Successful leaders aren't just working harder on the hamster wheel, but they are building machines that work for them. These machines are code, capital, community, or content. But the goal isn't just to buy a life of leisure. The ultimate purpose of leverage is to free up your time and resources to focus on your primary calling, serving God and serving others. Think back to science class. A lever lets you use a small amount of force to move a massive boulder. That's what leverage does for your work. Without it, you're just pushing the boulder with your shoulders. 10 hours of input gives you 10 hours of output. With leverage, that same 10 hours of focused, strategic effort can echo for years to come. giving you the freedom to pursue work of eternal significance. This is the game you should be playing. No more excuses. Here are the 4 levers you can start pulling right now, all with a higher purpose in mind. Knowledge capital. Learn a skill that compounds in value. Copywriting, coding, data analysis, but seek wisdom above all else. Knowledge is an asset, but wisdom is rooted in the fear of God, directing it towards righteousness end. Invest in your brain and your spirit. See, number 2, audience capital. Publish your learning in public. Build a trust at a scale. See your audience not as a resource to be mined, but a community to be served and uplifted. Number 3, financial capital. Once your income tops your expenses, every extra dollar buys you the options and freedom. Use that freedom not just for calm, but for radical generosity and the ability to say yes to God's calling even further. Number 4, system capitals. Document every repeatable task once, then delegate it or automate it. A 5-minute screen recording today could save you thousands of minutes next quarter. Create order out of chaos to free your mind to worship and service. The one shot, one kill principle. To the Marine Corps drills a simple, deadly mantra. One shot and one kill. This isn't just a sniper's creed, but it's an ideal of excellent stewardship. One perfect, decisive shot is better than 5 bad ones. One strategic action will always crush a dozen sloppy efforts. Scripture backs this up in Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 10, and it says, if the axe is dull, its edges unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. God gave you talents. Sharpen them. Stop swinging a dull axe. Work smarter as an act of honoring the one who gifted you. Let's smash another lie. Rest is not a reward. It is a prerequisite for clarity and innovation. It is a command. It is an act of faith. The principle of the Sabbath is woven into creation. Neuroscience shows us that your brain's best ideas are formed when you stop forcing effort, but faith shows that our provision comes from God, not from our own relentless striving. You won't run an engine without fuel, so why do you expect your mind and your spirit to perform without rest and communion with your Creator? Schedule it with discipline. Take out a sheet of paper. Draw 2 columns, 10 years ago and today. List every single task that you were paid for then versus now. Now, for every task on your today list, ask these 2 brutal questions. First, if doing these were illegal, would my revenue drop? But more importantly, ask, does this activity honor God and align with my primary purpose of seeking His kingdom? Anything that survives both tests is your 20%. The rest, delete it, delegate it, or automate it within 30 days. If this is starting to sting, good. It means the spell is breaking. Smash the subscribe button if you are done measuring your work by the hour. I drop a new video every week showing you how to build leverage instead of burning yourself out. You were not put on this planet to trade your consciousness for a paycheck. You were put here to worship and service. Stop bowing to the cult of the grind. Start building asset systems and knowledge that allows you to outlive your next shift and serve a higher calling. Your work is a tool, not a master. Tomorrow morning, audit your calendar with a ruthless precision. Carve out 90 non-negotiable minutes out of the ship. One piece of leverage. But first, Carve out time to be still and align your day with God's purpose. Do it again the next day. 6 months from now, you will not recognize your life. And when you've broken free, send this message to the next exhausted person that you meet. They deserve the truth. You deserve it as well. And now you have it. You don't have time to waste. So move with purpose. Win your race. We've talked about destroying the lie of the grind and building a life of leverage for a higher purpose. Now it's time to act on it. Your challenge is this. Identify one reoccurring task problem or a process that drains your time and energy, pulling you away from your true priorities. Just one. Now create a detailed step-by-step plan, a standard operating procedure to solve it once and for all. This is your one shot, one kill document for better stewardship. Post in the comments below where you comment the synthesize and write it down, make it public, and make it your new lifetime standard. This isn't just another to-do list, but this is your building the machine that will free you to work for an eternal kingdom. Let's see those plans. And until next week, take care of my family and take care of my friends. And I'll see you again next week, Monday at 12. And God bless.